Good afternoon, everyone. I am here. I have made it. I am in the braces. A little bit. Apparently, I'm still getting some backlighting issues. So the one thing I forgot to do was enable the light. But let's see if I can get that here real quick. Let's see. I just gotta move the wheelchair. I planned on adjusting that already, but just totally spaced it. Let's see, that's up right now. There it is. There we go. I'm not so washed out. All right. I think I see MRD from here. Today we are on the road to 200 subscribers on YouTube. And as of right now, we are at 199. So, very nice. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. I can actually see. Oh, I can turn that one off though. That's better. Well, hello! So yeah. Doing well today. I managed to not only get in the braces in time, but I managed to I opened up my windows before I even got started with in the braces and brought in some cool air from outside because it was still pretty warm in my room. All is good now. So I am not sure what all we see on here. Ooh, thank you for the follow, MRD. Thank you so much. I really should move that so it's not covering my face. I wish it was cross-platform. That would be amazing. But if it oh, never mind, I see it. Never mind. It just popped up. You are my 200th. Thank you so much. That is awesome. All right, so we are starting off today strong at a strong 200 subscribers on YouTube. Woo! Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Same thing I ask all the time, MRD, how's the audio going? I have the music down a little more than usual, but I was gonna say bookies? Bookies? I don't think it's actually showing the commands in the on-screen chat. Audio and music are both good. Good, thank you. All right, so, and of course we get, stop it. Let's just mute the phone completely because I don't need it telling me that hey, you want to manage this while I'm managing it. Oh, nice! I bet they turned out amazing. So, let's see here. There we go. So yeah, I bet they turned out simply amazing. Boop. Wonderful. Ooh. Well, sadly, I won't see them in there, but I know they will be amazing all the same. Let's see here. So, today, since we have been working on figuring out what to do in the stream, I figured we would work on I deleted that already. I figured we'd work on making a quick, yeah, that works. I figured we'd work on making a quick, kind of like activity randomizer, really, since it's, I mean, with me standing, it's almost like a little bit of a variety show. Once we get done with the whole chatting and greeting and saying hi and all that fun stuff, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a variety. And so, yeah. Let's see, I know I have it going here. It's okay. I have a basic template up that I got started. So let's go ahead and switch over to that. And let's actually make sure that that screen is visible. So a lot of garbly-goop. A lot of stuff, if you're not used to programming, just seems like, what the crud is all this and why am I seeing it? But it'll be okay. It'll be good. We'll make this work. Because all this basically really does, there's a ton of description on here. And beyond the description, yes, a lot of programming numbers and such. Beyond all the description, it's all this really does is creates, it just basically creates a randomizer for the activities. And if you see the URL up here, you can actually type this in yourself and see the results live as we work on it. Just kind of a little added bonus to it. I thought about removing that, but you know what? I figured, hey, let people view it live as well so they can kind of see things as it evolves. That's one thing I really like about programming, is that you can see things as they grow. So, I can even put that in the chat here, so give me just a second, and I will just copy and paste this. And link to the live activity randomizer. There you go. So everyone has the link to the live activity randomizer now, that they can view it themselves and they can see things as things progress. And for those that are interested in a little bit of, I tried to make it a little more tutorial-ish. And you got it 3 times. That happened. I mean, it's not, it's a computer random. And apparently this does not like to refresh for me, but it is a computer random, so it's not a true random. And the more activities that we put in here, the more options we will have. So, let's see, I want to see, oof. Okay, let's start off with, okay, so basically, of course, we have our little plugs here for different streams. We have basically what this program will do, some stuff in the future, but basically what do we need to make this program work? Right now, anytime you reload the page, it'll run. We want to make it a little more elegant than that. We want to make it so you have to press a button. And then each time you press a button, it'll give you a new activity. So, the code really starts down here. This is just basically something that I put into most of my pages. I go back and forth on versions depending on what I need. While I enjoy programming and I've made many applications, as far as going so far as making a web inventory system for a fabric store. Well, hello Hugs, how are you today? Yeah, this thing doesn't really like to reload. Okay, I'll just leave that alone. Okay, and I am doing wonderful. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on this chat because it doesn't always seem to want to reload for me, but I see enough of it that we get what we need. All right. So these are generally included. This gives us a tool set of additional scripts that we can utilize to make websites feel and more interactive, basically. I use it for making things like, oh, I made an entire desktop environment for the web, for one. But this just gives us easy access to a whole slew of scripts and tools and whatnot. And right here, as you see, I usually change how it's called. Usually it's a $sign to make it work. There's enough languages that do that. I just wanted something a little different so I could differentiate. And that's all that is. And now we determine what stuff happens when the screen is loaded. And so right now it's only looking for this element to be able to put this value in. That's it. Not pretty. It's, but it works. So, what can we do to make this better? Well, first, how about we add a button? Let's start off with a button. It won't look pretty either. It'll just be some text. Basically, we'll copy this one just to make it a little easier. And let's name it. We'll go button, or BTN, we'll do shorthand. Button, give activity. Activity. So technically now we have a button. And we'll say, reload activity. Now a little trick for you guys. For those of you that are following along on the screen or on the web page itself, anytime that I refresh over to that page, it automatically saves. So when you see me refresh the page, you're able to refresh the page. So there we go. We technically have an area for a button. It's not pretty, doesn't have any outlines or anything, nothing to designate it as a button, but it's there in all of its buttonless glory. All right, let's go back. So now we want to make it so that when we press this button, it will basically do what happens when we load the page. We want it to put a new value in right here. This is where the value always goes. So in order to do that, we need to recognize when the mouse clicks on this. And we can do this a couple ways. We can do it up here that always listens for if this particular item has been clicked, or we can tell this button directly. I think I had, what? On my Tumblr this came. The same, hang on just a second. You were saying, I think I have to do this on my Tumblr, the same kind of text, just so I play music on my blog. Oh, got it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna tie it to the button directly, just so that it's easier to follow along and we're not having to go back and forth. And so this way it just gives more of a visual link that this is what we're actually tying it to. I'm gonna go on click, which is the command that makes it recognize that it's being clicked, and now we can assign an action to it. Well, we know what the action is. We already have and I should have made it so that this automatically refreshes. So what I think I'm gonna do is we are going to go about, we're gonna copy this, put it in here. And since we open this with double quotes, we have to use single quotes here or escape it out. I'm just going to use single quotes. And for determining streaming activity for right now, I am just going to grab this portion of this because this is actually what determines the random. I'm going to put that right there. So instead of like assigning it to a variable, we're going to just use it indirectly, or excuse me, use it directly, so that every time we click on it, it should, in theory, generate a new item. I think that should work just out of the box. Let's go ahead and refresh. So, activity 5. Oh, nope. Oh, I forgot that I named it to a variable. So that's not going to work. Stream activities. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's my bad. We have a scope issue. I put it too far in. Let's put this at more of a global level and then try it. There we go. And now we have random. So anytime you click on it, it should create a new activity. Boop. So for the very basic of it, we have a button. That's done. If I could type. We don't quite have a list of activities. We have a pseudo list of activities. We'll come back to that. We have a place to put the winning item. Done. And we also have to make it look pretty. So, should we work on the list first or making it look pretty first? Let's see here. What do you guys think? Hi, kitty cat. Let's see, I'm gonna just check this real quick. Whoop. Nope. It's all good, Hugs. We'll work through it. I know that it can be a little daunting, but it's okay. We will work through it. Most of the stuff we don't need to worry about. What we're worrying about right now is we just want to make this look pretty. Because there's obviously a ton of stuff that I can do while streaming, and just to give us a little variety, I want to make it a little more fun. So basically, you know, either I can click on something or one of our users or one of our viewers can click on something and choose the activity based off of what we have loaded. So right now, why don't we work on the list then? Because that's something we all can work on. So right here, these are our items. Can't really zoom in on it. Maybe I can. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that part okay. I would imagine so, for the most part. Especially if you're on a full computer screen. Mobile devices might not see it so much. Basically, it's a list of activities. It says activity 1 through activity 7 right now. So let's plug in some activities. We know that artwork is a fun activity. We've done that a couple times now. We know that. What else do we like to work on sometimes? We've done colony defense. I'm sure my typing is loud as heck right now. Minecraft, and we have a few of Minecraft that we do. So I'm gonna just do one right now. We'll come back to that because there's different scenario maps that I work on, different mod packs. So we'll come back to that. There's been another one that I've been working on. It's another Steam game. Let's see, I have to escape that out. Don't Starve. It's an interesting one. It's very interesting. It has a sanity meter in it, which is quite amusing. We have another survival style game called Imperium. And that one's more of a space one. It's fun as well. Early on you get a motorcycle. And what else do we have? I know we have Stardew Valley. I haven't done that one for quite some time, but I know I have it. And what else do we have? Let's see, let's minimize this momentarily. Stardew Valley. I mean, technically, I don't know how well I will do this standing up. I think the keys are a little odd. I don't know what happened there. Okay. But I do have Destiny 2. Oh, and I have an error in here that ironically has not been breaking it, but I do technically have an error. And the last item in this list needs to not have a comma. But I'll fix that in a moment here. Let's just get a few more items on here and remove the last one this way. And so now that Minecraft one that I was mentioning, I think I have 3 or 4, so I'll do like 4 right now. Like this. Simple copy paste. And we'll go Minecraft, we'll go say Forever Stranded. We'll do Stone Block. We'll do Awakening. And oh, I see we lost someone. Sad bunnies. I know programming is not for everyone. And you know, that's part of the fun of this, is this gives us a way to kind of vary what we're doing in addition to me chatting and whatnot, and viewers getting to hang out with me. We also get to kind of randomize things. We get to do stuff that sometimes more different people will enjoy. I know I have another one in here. You know what? Let's just throw SevTech in there. There we go. And so we got Destiny 2. We can do some story time, I guess. And there's one other that I had just seen. Probably gonna glitch visually on me again, but Polybridge. Okay, so now if I refresh this, now we actually have activities in here that technically when we click on it, it refreshes and has the activity that we're doing that day, or for a half an hour, or however long. So it gives us something to work on. Boop. So now that we have the list, we can make it look pretty. Maybe I can, maybe one of these days I'll commission MRD to make a little thing for me to fit it on. But for right now, we'll go like this. I'll just do it directly on the thing here. And let's see. And what's this? Okay. So we'll just do this right on here. We'll go style, and we'll start styling it. We'll do the same here. And eventually I'll move it up and make it more official or clean or whatever. But for right now. So where we want the text to go, let's give it an outline first of all. So we'll give it a border. Oops, I could type. And we'll make it, we'll give it a size. So first display block, position, relative width, 300 pixels. Okay, I'm going to copy this and start utilizing it for this. And so just these two by themselves, all we've done is add a border and a width. So now, poof, we have a really long button. We don't need that long of a button. Let's make the button a little shorter. Let's do maybe 100. Let's see how that looks. Not 10, 100. It works. Because what we can do is we can center the text on it. And there we go. Oops. Just like that. Let's add some margins to these. And now we have some margins. And so now it's starting to space out a little bit. I wouldn't say it looks pretty. However, it is definitely more usable. And it should be working even on, like, say, on MRD's end or on Hug's end. It should be working. Let's see here. And you know, once again, I've forgotten to do something. I forgot to set my my workout timer. I mean, I've been streaming for a half an hour, so that's gonna be easy. I can just tie in half an hour to this, but I like to do this right when I get up just because it shows a more consistent heart rate tracking then. There we go. Now it's running. So now, I don't know. You guys think I should center the text in here? Boop. Let's see here. Boop doop. Sounds good. I shall do that. Ooh, yay, gingerbread men. Very fun. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll text align center on this one too. Hugs, I'm sorry if your eyes are glossing over on this. I enjoy stuff like this. This is actually what I'm using to work on my web game as well. I don't think you saw that one yet, but eventually I'd like to work on it on here as well. When I can put work on some areas that aren't like, so no passwords are showing or anything like that. But I'd like to work on some of my game on here as well, which would be fun. And then you guys would immediately see some changes. So let's make the text center on there. There we go. Poof. And so what I could do with this, now the cool thing with this is I can tie, if I uploaded images to an image directory on here, I could have it show an image to represent what the activity is. So like in the case of when Minecraft Awakening pops up, it would be, which of course isn't going to pop up now. There it is. Like that could be the image, or that could be the thumbnail that MRD put together for me with the Awakening text. So it just adds another level of interaction with my viewers. And it's doing... Okay, I can hear that the music is doing words. Is it more in the background, or... I mean, I usually fast forward through songs with words in it just because I don't want it to be overpowering. Let's see. Boop. Okay. Let's just go ahead and fast forward it. Boop. We'll try that. Wonderful. So we have our basic list. Eep. Let's see if we can make... Let's see if we can make the button look more like a button. Let's go, we'll give it a 3 pixel. We'll do, I think it's outset. I haven't done styling in quite some time. And it's not going to be black. I have to actually give it a color other than black. Let's do silver for now. Yeah, that works. Outset works. Okay. And then I can do border radius. Just to round it out a little bit, let's do 10 pixels, maybe? No, that's gonna be a little much. Let's do 5 pixels. There we go. And now we have a rounded corner button. So it actually looks more like a button now. Now, the other thing is we could technically actually use a button class. Or button item from HTML forms. It is just generic. It's built in to HTML. It does look a little different. Button. I will say this is a button, and it responds a little different. And I might tie stuff into that. I don't know. We'll take a look here. Saving. Hand is live, so it's literally a button, and it will look different on people's computers, where this one should look close to how I typed it in and how I styled it on almost any machine, where this will look different on Windows, Mac, Chrome, depending on the browser and how it renders the generic button form class. Boop. Let's go ahead and remove that one for now. Okay, so that button's removed. All right. So I got lots of those in there. Okay, so we got the list of activities. That's done for now. We can always update that. But what can we do to make this look better? Anyone have any ideas on what we can do to make it look better? Hugs, are you still in, or did you disappear? I think you might have... I know it's late for you. It's actually quite late for you. Your mind's drawing a blank? Well, let's see. Well, let's take a look at this here. I think one thing, since there's so little on this page, one thing we might do is move the whole thing to the center of the screen. I think that's going to be probably a better bet. And I think styling has gotten to the point that I can just do that all in one div now. So let's do this. Let's encapsulate it. And we'll start a styling. Oops. It's a little hard to type at times because of the way that these crutches can interfere with the elbows and with the wrists. So we got our style tag. We know that this is being displayed as a block. But one thing we're going to do different on this, the last two we did position relative, so it kind of floats within whatever container it's in, which was the body container. Now we're actually making a container that we're going to position in an absolute manner. So we're going to tell it where we want it absolutely on the page. Position absolute, margin, auto, auto. And what this tells it, if it's updated the way I remember it being updated for styling, is we're saying we want to automatically add a margin top to bottom and left to right. In addition to this, we're also going to add a padding of, for kicks and giggles, we'll say 50 pixels top and bottom, 100 pixels left and right. Oops. Just like that. Without the comment. Let's see if that works. Oh wait, that's not gonna work yet. We need a border so we can actually see it. Boop. See if we can see it. Okay. So I don't know if it showed up correct. Let me just actually pop this into a browser and see if it actually did it correct or not. Nope. All right, it did not center it. Well, poo. It's all good though. We'll make it work. So I still have to do the older way that I did before, which is doing pretty much what we did here. We're gonna make one additional container. Or actually, no, wait. I think I can just go like this. 50% and 50%. Not auto, I think it's 50-50. Oh, hello. It's all the way down there. When they don't respond the way that you think. The text is colored? Oh, in my program here. It's colored depending on what type of text it is. So like all this green text up here, those are comments. Those are just for me and for you to read. These actually do not show up. If you were to view if you were to right click on the page and do view script, you would not see this one. You would not see this line or this line, because those are actually, I'm using multiple different languages in here. I'm using PHP, HTML, JavaScript, and cascading style sheets. And so when you see this bracket and a question mark, that's starting PHP, and anything that's PHP is done before anything else. and then it kind of closes out. So like these are generally, any of the pink is just strings of text. Red is generally a command or identifier. And you won't get much coloration in like something like this itself other than identifiers, because jQuery does not have custom coloration within my text editor. So let's see, I was making this, we were getting weird errors on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do my thing here, my double block. And we're gonna say this goes to 0, 0. And we'll say 0 for border. And we'll say, we'll do that for padding. So this is going to be a little interesting trick that I do here. So we have one block, this block, which links up to this. That the only thing we're saying is that we're creating pretty much a dot in the center of the screen. And from that, we're going to make another one inside of that. That's again absolutely positioned. And this time we're going to get rid of margin. Or not get rid of margin. We're going to utilize margin with size. So we're going to say width equals. Let's start off with, say, 200 or 300 pixels. And height equals 200 pixels. And so now we're going to use these. We are going to set these to half of whatever these values are. We're going to say margin is, for width, we're going to say 100 pixels and 150 pixels. I forgot we need to do the negative values, so it scooches them to try to center it. Well, that's partially correct. I'm not sure why it's doing position, absolute, margin, padding, border. Not sure why it's doing this one all the way down there. So this one we say, okay, let's just get rid of the padding momentarily. Let's see if that's affecting it. Well, it's doing something all right. Say 400 and 200. A lot of this is just playing along with figuring out what makes the things work on here. Boop. And one thing I do want to do on here is also text align center. So I'm not, that didn't center the box below. Okay, so why is it doing that then? And honestly, that's something that you'll ask yourselves a lot if you're programming. You'll occasionally just hit something and it's doing something that you don't expect. So we got, oh, well, that doesn't help. Instead of display, I have displayed. But that didn't make a difference for that. Okay. Margin. 50%, 50%. Do I have to do padding? I don't think it's padding. No, it's definitely not padding. Alright, well, let's just go one value, 50% all the way around. Still puts it down there. Not sure why. Okay, let's give it an exact value. Let's go 400 pixels. A little better. And let's see. And obviously it's not centered on the little screen or on the stream screen because we got I have the screen cropped over here, like right. Yeah, that's like 2/3 of my screen. So, you know what? I'm going to give these two exact values. I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of this. And we'll do two exact values. Margin, we'll say, well, we're going to make an assumption in this case. We're going to say that the screen is a 1080p screen, fairly standard screen, and we're going to assume full screen. So 760. And for the top margin, we're going to do the same thing. $440. Not 4,400. That'd be quite a bit. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that really did not do what I expected. Display, block, position, absolute, margin. 760 by 440. Huh. Well, we are getting closer. I'm not sure what it's doing. Okay, so that should have been... Oh, this is from top and bottom. So I need to just add that to it. And now it should only count the top two corners. But now I didn't do that side. Because this needs to be 0. And the last value. So how these numbers correlate. You have top, right, bottom, left. And it's still doing a large value all the way there. Do I just need to like assign it? I don't know why this is having an issue. This is very interesting. Margin. Yeah, that's the right terminology. We're going to do this. We're going to just give it two values. We're going to say margin top. We'll copy that. Remove these. Close off the first margin, and we'll say margin left. And it still puts it all the way down there. Boof. Boof. Why so boofy? I didn't put a padding. We got margin 5 width 300, okay. So that shouldn't be causing it. Position absolute. Display block. Text align center. Let's remove the text align for right now since it's not working. And let's see how that goes. Don't know why it's all the way down there. Because that is, that's not that far up or down. Okay, let's just change this to like 300 for right now. That should be like right here. Okay, that worked. Oh. I know why. I did the wrong value to begin with. I think. That should be 440. That should be 440. That should be 440. And this should be the other one. It helps when you use the correct values. That should be 760. Derp. Okay, so for a full screen now, if this was a full screen app, that would be correct. Let's see what, yeah, we all derp. So right now, let's see, this is roughly 510 pixels wide. So let's change this to, it's okay, Hugs. I'm doing a lot of troubleshooting on this right now as well. I'm basically all I'm doing is I'm moving it around the screen. That's all. That's all I'm doing. And I'm doing plenty of derping while I'm doing it. So divided by 2 minus 200. 55. That doesn't seem right. All right, we'll say 55. Aw, Ice Pack, what did you do? Wait, did I miss something? What's with the Ice Pack? Is it because I'm not giving you a headache, am I? Oh, got it. Okay, well, we'll just move this to a position to make it happy then. Now that we have the height, we'll move this up just a little bit. We'll go 340, and we'll move this over, say, 200. Oof. I'll go 200 more. That's a little more centered on the streaming screen. So, yeah, it's, I don't think I'm 425. Okay. 25. Poof. You got the idea, Marty. We're just kind of scooching stuff along. Let's go for, we'll try 500 and then we'll backtrack it. Hey, that looked pretty dang centered. I think maybe that's what this value was giving me on my editor here, was the center of it. Sweet. So now we can make things look pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's move around a little bit first though. You need to move around from time to time.
Building a better bank look like.
Oh. And Hugs, I don't know if you were in already when the stream started, but we started off the stream at 200 subscribers. Yes. Oh, that feels good. Big stretch.
Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Okay. Yeah, I am super excited. Beep. Thank you. I mean, it's been pretty quiet since then. But yeah, right? Big dances. Oof. Okay, let's go back to that and we'll go back to this. Yay, boogies. Okay. Okay, so now that we have this, now I think I can actually contain within here, I can use some auto margins on here. So if I say, for this one, I should be able to say 5 pix auto, and that should center it. Okay, that one centered. That one did as I expected. That's what I was trying to do before. And so this, similar thing, we'll say, then we'll say 25 pixels top to bottom, and auto. Like such. And now, we do something crazy. We add a style tag to the body So this will be to the entire screen. Let's start off with the background color. Black. And let's see, and then color white. Poof. But we lost our borders because our borders are black. Make our borders white. Thank you. I am just, all I'm using right now is a free or a royalty-free set or royalty-free playlist from Spotify that is actually recommended by Twitch. I will put the link in the chat. There you go. So you guys have that link as well. But this one's actually recommended by Twitch, is just like their adventure open or royalty-free set. Does that thing actually do... Did that do it twice? Oh, hey, it actually does. Okay. I didn't know it links from both. Nice. So I might actually be able to see things that come in from the other one. All right. Minimize that. Yeah, there's some good ones. I have a whole slew of open source music from, I want to say, and I mentioned this last week, I want to say it was episode 23 of Forever Stranded. I did all open source from YouTube on that, and so I could even put together my own little playlist of just instrumental. I want to build it more, make it even larger. So I like having the ability of some music in the background. All right. Since we're playing around with ratios on here, I don't know if everything should be seen on here, but let's go ahead and make these borders a little more pronounced. We're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna say 5 pixels. I think it's outline. Is it outline? No. It is... What are our border options? CSS border. And a lot of times you'll be spending just on websites looking for border styles. Oh, here we go. We got dashed, solid, double, groove. Double, that's what I wanted. Double. Boop. Huzzah! And now we will move this down a little further. We'll give this another 25 as well. 25, auto, 0, auto. Go a little further. We'll say 50. There we go. So that's looking pretty good. Very monochromatic, of course. In fact, I could even go... don't know if this is going to be a good idea, but let's try background. I think this one's a name. Dark purple? I don't know the value, so let's see if that works. Nope, okay. CSS, color name, dark purple. CSS color name, dark purple. Plum. Let's try plum. Let's see what plum looks like. No, that's not dark. That is definitely not dark. Okay, MRD. That's almost the color of my crutch. What is it? What's with these names of like darker purples and we're getting like, right? How do they call that plum? I don't get it. That's what I thought. Okay, let's try violet. We'll see if that does any better. It's just kind of silly. I mean, that's more bold, but it's still really light. Okay, so I need something dark. That's gonna be, oh, that's gonna be really, that's gonna be, this one's gonna be intense, I think. Fuchsia. So the color values for that are very intense. Grape? I'll try grape. That's a good call. Let's try grape. Nope, grape is not a word. At least not for color names. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's some colors. We got dark violet. Dark violet. That's gonna, I think that's gonna save us. Boom! Wow, that looks different on each screen. This screen it looks more fuchsia. This screen it looks more what I expect for like a grape. Eh. But that looks a little better for the stream. Eh. And so now the button needs a color. We could stay in the purple color family, or we can go to probably what, a green color family? We could do, let's see. Oh. That? No, I think this might clash, but we'll give it a try. Ooh, you want neon green? Okay. I can try that. Ooh, here you go. Chartreuse. We'll try chartreuse. We're gonna have to change the text color though. So background color chartreuse, color black. Here we go. Boof! I need to fix that border color though. What do you think? Once I fix that border color, try chartreuse on that as well. It's supposed to make one part darker, and so that should, in theory, be just dark enough. Even lighter than that, okay. Let's see what we got here. So that's kind of a neon. We have a pale. It's not quite the same. It doesn't have the same amount of yellow in it. But let's see how it looks. Let's go. Nope, wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, copy that. Get off that. Fix this. And now preview. So there we go, lighter. And actually that kind of works with the chartreuse border. And now, let's play this one. We're gonna say background is white and color is black to start off with. And now we're gonna play with the font. We're gonna say 18 point, someone give me a font name that's, as far as we know, on both Windows and Mac. I see something. Yay! I see you, Gary fan. It didn't pop in here, but I see you watching on the other channel. Yay! Comic Sans, you want me to? I'll use it. There's a joke about Comic Sans with websites, and it's in. I think it's in Oatmeal or Hyperbole and a Half. It's one of the two, but it's called How a Website Goes Straight to Hell. And the joke is the font that is used is Comic Sans. But I'll pull it up. Let's see, I think it's 2 words, so 18 point Comic Sans, I think. It's gonna look interesting if it works. Nope, that's not how I do it. Okay, hang on. I don't use it often enough, so let's see. Font Comic Sans. Okay, that's what it is. Got it. I have to put it in quotes, I think. There it is. We'll go like that. I'll just copy and paste this in. Oh, goodness. Well then. Can I do single quote maybe? There you go. Let's see. Let's do bold. Come on. It's on the upload screen right now, and it's doing its. Every once in a while, this program will take its sweet time reloading the stuff up to the page, and then it'll just kick over finally. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a second. I'm gonna oh, there it goes. What did it do? Had to smell. Okay, I broke it. I broke it. I gotta do font weight. Font weight bolder. We'll try that. There we go. I think I should make the height 2 lines for consistency. So let's go height. Wait, I have a height already, don't I? No, I have a width. Height 2 EM. I think that's close to what I want. We'll find out here in a second. And oh, Gary fan, I know you're just coming in, or I don't know if you're just coming in or if you've been for a while, but basically what we're doing is, since I plan on me doing these streams almost daily, I am making a activity randomizer that I can then go in and give something to do. So I figured today's activity would be actually working on programming. And you know, while I'm thinking about it, I totally forgot this. Let's add a programming option onto here. Oops, wrong way. And we'll say NRPG, oops, RPG web game programming. Because then that also gives you guys a chance to interact with the web game. I know I've linked it a couple times, but whenever I work on it, I will link the web game as well. Which, in fact, let me just real quick. It's Nova, oh, if I could type, Nova RPG. There you go. So it's all good. You know, that's part of the reason why I did some more description in front. A lot of what I'm working on is just the way it styles, and the way I'm writing it down here is a very messy way to write it. I will admit this. It is not a clean way to program at all. If I was being neat about it, what I would be doing is having a whole section just for style, and then just putting everything into there based off of the name of the item. So, as an example, if I called this, let's see, if I named this item page container, for lack of a better name, and then I put that into here, like that, I could then put all of this right here. And notice the color changes instantly. MRD, you're mentioning you were mentioning the colors earlier. So we have different colors where we have it, everything as a string down here. Once I put it into the correct style area, or once I put it into a command area, it changed what it was. So we have this, which tells what each item is. And then, like, look right here, it recognized a keyword of block, absolute, double white. Those are keywords, right? Or yeah, keywords, commands. It depends on the language. And I can set all of that in my program here. But I'll go ahead and leave that there for now, just as our example, and we'll make use of it. But what I do to make this look prettier then, or more legible, is I will go like this. Copy. And I will, then each item is a list item basically, and can be, I mean, you have to admit, that's a little more legible than as one giant long line, whether or not it's, whether or not you're used to programming or not. I mean, you can see, you can tell kind of what different things do. You can see that we have a background of dark violet. It just makes it a little more legible. And I was doing basic stuff like this, you know, as CSS was becoming more popular back in HTML4 when I was in middle school. And so in 7th grade, we had to do a little bit of HTML and make some tables basically. And most of that stuff can be done, you know, like we have tools up here in our editor that makes a basic table, and you can tell it how big you want it to be. Tables is kind of an outdated way of programming and is atrocious for trying to line things up. But yeah, so I mean, even video animation, Flash, working with Flash, or ActionScript. ActionScript is similar. I've been playing with a program called ViperCard, which is a play off of Apple's old HyperCard. And HyperCard uses hypertext, which ActionScript is very close. ActionScript, which is what Flash utilizes for its back-end coding, is very close to HyperCard's hypertext from the 80s. And so it's amazing to see how these languages have evolved. And actually, this is kind of cool because I've been playing with ViperCard. Let me grab this real quick. I got this the other day, and it's very silly. I mean, and I got this only because I forgot some of this stuff. But since I've been using ViperCard, I got a book for HyperCard for the hypertext. And okay, walking with the book is interesting. Walking with the book is interesting. Eep. Okay. Okay, I may have to do a highlight of this one. Walking with a book. I forgot how difficult that is. But this thing is old. I mean, it's new. Don't get me wrong, the book itself is new. But HyperCard 2.2, I want to say that was like 96, maybe? 98. And I'm still using stuff on it. I mean, I've been working on, I think I showed Hugs, I know I showed Witchtail, but I've been just playing around making a, oh gosh, what's it called? Recipe program that randomizes recipes. And it's been kind of fun to work with. And so it's, let's see, what is the link for that? And I can even put that in for you guys to take a look at. So it's, let's see, it's vipercard.net. There we go. And give me just a second here. I'm going to sign into it so I can get you guys a direct link. I'm gonna open an online stack with my credentials. But it's best viewed in a full screen browser on 1080p screen. Does not like to work on mobile. The people that have been developing FiberCard have not gotten it to a mobile standpoint yet. But it's meant to look like an old Macintosh classic. And so it's very pixelated, but it's also a lot of fun to work with. Okay, and we have a link, copy. And so now I should be able to share this directly with you guys. Boop. What does mobile mean? You mean it's like, since they don't have a mobile version yet, they don't have one that's more compatible for like touchscreens. They don't, or phones. It only works really on the desktop. But, you know, I put this together. It has, you know, it kind of utilized that same random aspect that we've been working with today. If you were to go in and look at the code on this, you would see a lot of what we've done even today. And actually, I can go, if I go into the button menu, I can do this. I can go script. I'll select all this. And then I will actually go into here, create a new page. There'll be no coloration on here. But this is all the script I did to make that recipe program work. One button. This is one button of code. And this is everything that that one button does to make an entire recipe for however many weeks that you tell it to. I enjoy doing stuff like this. I enjoy programming. And I love the ability to, I really love being able to problem solve. It is very entertaining to me and rewarding. So back to this, we were making this a fixed height. And I think I'm going to reduce the margin back down to 30. Let's see if that makes a difference. Okay, I need to go a little higher. Let's go 3. There we go. So now if I get to a 2-line area, come on. There we go. And the text box did not change size. So that, I think, is a good thing. I think we actually made progress on that. I think I should probably change the border of that text field so it's more noticeable. Let's do that real quick. Let's give it, instead of a white border, let's do a 3-pixel black border. Oh, bit of a tale to share. The Flash animation project we did, most of the class did the show Naruto. Although I didn't get to watch most of the show myself, I was picked as the best storytelling capture in the class. You know, I could see that. I can see you being an amazing storyteller. I mean, just looking at your artwork that you do, that random value couldn't have been any better timed. Looking at the artwork that you do in general, I did pop over real quick to Discord and I saw the DM from you, and you know, even what you did today turned out amazing as always. So I totally buy that, MRD. I totally believe that you are an amazing storyteller. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty dang good. And what I can do is I can put this into its own little frame, and I think I can even call this as a web script from Streamlabs, I think. I don't know quite how to do that. I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult to be able to pull up a thing directly. But then I can have it be a little widget that I can utilize. And what I want to do is, I think I will make like a Google form or something. I don't think I'm going to tie this to a database at this point. Or maybe I'll tie it into, maybe I'll tie it in as a form on the web game, So people that are interested in contributing, this is a little devious, I know, but in order to contribute to this list of stuff that we do, you have to be able to go into the game to contribute to the list. I might not do that. I probably won't do that. But I might make a Google Google form that people can contribute to, and then I can just transfer the results over to the list. And so this list can be growing or evolving as I do stuff. As I finish, a Minecraft series, I can take it off the list. As we do more stuff, most of this stuff, like Awakening, yeah, technically that's a multiplayer server, but it's a large enough server, why not be able to, give a direct link to some people during the time to come and join and hang out in the game? Why not? It's so people can interact and have fun and just enjoy the day. I mean, we have people coming from different areas, different platforms, I think, Gary, if I remember correctly, I think you said 9 hours before me, or was it someone else that I'm thinking of? So, I don't recall right offhand. It's sometimes, randomness. Hugs, I just saw that you like potatoes. That was random. Okay. But yeah, it gives me a way to, since I was in the car when I was 10, I've obviously been through many surgeries, and a little bit of a story moment, but in 2000, I had to have a back surgery to, we'll have fun, MRD. I'm sure you'll check this out later, but I'm going to do a little quick story here. You're East Coast, Gary. Okay. But have fun, MRD. But yeah, so in 2000, I had to have back surgery for scoliosis to prevent it from getting worse. And so I was down for many weeks, and it was also when I got my first laptop. And for 6 weeks, I was in a nursing home while I had to lay flat waiting for the back to recover enough that I can be in the wheelchair. And AOL was, I used AOL for my internet connection, but I got so good at typing that summer, I was keeping up with chatting with 7 people at once through AIM. And that year isn't the year that I started making my message board. I did something similar. 3 years later, I had a bad bed sore. The last bed sore I've had, thankfully. No more bed sores. But that last bed sore, I was also down for multiple weeks at Shriners. And that's actually really when I started working with PHP. Granted, I haven't done really any PHP on this project. All of this is just, it's all stuff that you guys could do from a text editor and just view in Chrome or Firefox.
We really like things that are easy.
But some of the stuff I do in PHP, let me go to one different screen real quick, and I think I have one that's a good one. Let me go to the game, for instance.
Because that's way easier than cake.
Oh, all right. See ya, Hugs. Take care. Oh, we're only half an hour out from the end of this stream. That's actually really good. I think I'm going to make the full hour today, or the full 2 hours. All right. So we got. So real quick, I'm going to go into my Nova game, and I think it's page battle. Scroll down just in case. So just a lot of this is PHP, and there's stuff in here that's I think broken or that I need updating. I know everything needs updating because I started back in 2008, and I had only been doing PHP for a few years at that point. So there is a ton of work that I'm doing on this to update it. But the result, I'm pleased with the results so far. Go ahead and close that. Save? No. This one is already saved. So yeah, we have... This thing is working. I can definitely build upon this and make it better. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Here we go. Gary fan. Let's see here. So, actually, I really liked working with you guys on getting this together. I mean, I know I'm doing the programming. I get that. I know that it's kind of, but oh, you can wait a bit longer. Yay! Happy bunnies. Yeah, I that's the other reason why I wanted to make sure I started to do this earlier, because I can easily sense, or at least for the next month or so. I have to go see my doctor at the beginning of January, and I may be able to go back to work full-time after that. I mean, I'm still doing almost full-time right now, but yeah, you heard me say happy bunnies. But right now what I do is I do 5 hours at work on site. I come home, take care of some medical stuff, and then I do stuff remotely. So since I'm starting the stream 2 hours earlier, then what'll happen is after dinner, I'll just do 2 hours of programming for work. So it still gets all the programming done, everything gets done, and my work gets done. But this allows, you know, especially like Hugs, for instance, or for other friends that are across the pond, that be able to enjoy the stream as well. So at not quite as late of an hour. I realize it's still late for you. Let's see, it's probably what, like, can I program an animation? And before I do that, I want to guess, is it like 11:30 for you right now? And yes, I can program. Yes, I can. I can do that. Okay. Oh, so it's an hour later than I thought. Okay. So, but yeah, I can do some basic animation. I'm not good yet working with bones, or, you know, applying bones, as it were, to images. But I can do some basic sprite animation, move stuff around on the screen, just like we were moving stuff on here. I can have it, if I combined moving little portions with time, I can give the illusion of animation. What I didn't show MRD on here, but I'm going to do anyway, since she'll probably see it later, is one thing I wanted to do on here is I wanted to change this. I want to change page container so that we can move it around. So that if you go onto here, you could, if you go onto this page, you can move that window around wherever you want it. We're going to do that with one line. We're going to say, we're going to grab this page container right here, and we're going to say J, and grab that, dot draggable, and that's it. And now, if it works correctly, that can be moved around. And this is actually a key important part to the web game that I'm working on, is because I want users to be able to set up the interface as they want. So, like, you know, if you have character information, you can put it all the way up here and then have it saved to your account. So that's one thing I really wanted to emphasize on here. And I meant to do so earlier, but that's part of, you know, early on in the stream I mentioned these technically 3 lines, where it says script, and link. Those, in particular, this one allows me to do that. And so that's where I was saying that a lot of this, I like to include these because it just gives me a whole tool set of single name items, like draggable, that allow me to do that. And I can do all sorts of stuff beyond that as well. And stuff that I'm still figuring out for sure. Programming is a never-ending, programming's never-ending for learning. I will not, you know, if someone asks me if I can teach them how to program, my first question to them is if they really want to program or want to learn to program. Because when you start programming, you're pretty much always programming and you're always learning. You know, it's funny, I showed that book for Hypercard. I have not read a chapter book in ages because I tend to go to books like that. But you're always learning, you're always improving. So I will not show, or I will not teach someone how to program if they don't really want to program. You know, even some people that I've programmed for in the past, they've asked me if I would teach their kids one summer. And I told them, like, if they want to, yes. Not if you want to, if they want to. So, but yeah, I enjoy it. It definitely has its challenges. You know, something as simple as misspelling something can make a world of difference. So I remember one project I was working on and it would not save correctly to the database that I was trying to save to. And it took almost a day of troubleshooting. And finally, one of my non-programming friends kind of glances over and says, "Hey, did you mean to say udpate?" Like, what? Like, yeah. Instead of update, you wrote udpate. And so it was kind of one of those facepalm moments. It is complicated at times. You know, especially if you get into some of like stuff that, even some stuff that I go and I find that's pre-made, that's like free use, basically. I'll look at some of their code sometimes, and some of the stuff that they do is way beyond what I do. I'd love to get to that point. I may get to that point. I don't see myself getting to that point now. And so, seeing as I don't see myself getting to that point now, I know I won't get to that point right now. I'm kind of at I do some advanced techniques, I do some basic techniques. I do it to make it more readable for people. And that's partially just because of the field that I'm in. That way, if anyone needs to go in and troubleshoot stuff, they can kind of take a look. And even if you're not real tech savvy, you know, if I were to clean all this, if I go and clean, or when I go and clean this up, someone could go into it, and even with limited programming experience, will have a general understanding of what does what, because I will go and I will add, you know, I will add these comments, more descriptive, saying what you need to change to make stuff work a certain way. And I do that so that people can learn off the code. Most of what I do, regardless of whether or not it's code, if it's programming, if it's gaming, if it's, oh yay! Yay! Thank you! Hugs for the subscribe on YouTube. When I enjoy being creative, and while I may not be the best YouTuber, I know that I don't provide the best content, but I enjoy what I do. And if people are interested in that, or being creative of any type, I enjoy encouraging people to do what they love. And yeah, I thought you had already as well. That's a little surprising, but I guess we just missed it somehow. Because I know I had sent you links to some of my videos before, and you've reviewed them. I know you've reviewed a few of my Forever Stranded episodes before they were even live and gave me feedback on them. So I thought you had already subscribed as well. But that's okay. You're subscribed now. But yeah, as I was saying, I enjoy helping other people become create or do stuff that they enjoy, whether that's programming, streaming in general, playing games with friends. You know, oh, I see a message, but it's not showing up there yet. Come on, show me my messages. I'll look it over here. There we go. Yeah, okay, so that's hard. It really is. And it seems like sometimes the silliest things gets the most views. Okay, in my case, for instance, my Minecraft videos don't get many views. I mean, compared to everything else, they don't get many views. What on my channel, what's been getting views? It's been me walking down a hallway in the braces. Has, I think last I looked, over 3,000 views. It's something ridiculous. And I didn't plan that. That's not really what I had planned on building my channel around. But I recognize that people like the inspirational aspect of it. So let's see, where is it at right now? I mean, but you know what? At the same time, it also helps other people. If I know that a few people have messaged me saying that they were inspired to do more with around limitations. The first video so there you go. And the first video I did of me putting the braces on, the one titled HKFO walking braces, getting the braces on, 5,465 views, 9 comments, and 44 likes. And then here's the kicker. One thing that I'm amused at. There's gonna be people that just have that random down like. I did a video after surgery this summer, getting the braces on, HKFL walking braces, 2.5 months after surgery. 3,400 views. 1 dislike after 15 likes. And there was 9 comments, but most of that was me interacting with the people that are on my channel and interact with me. The person that does a down like or a thumbs down, they don't say anything. I mean, is it just the content's too boring for them? Yeah, that one. And see that, okay. And that one is interesting because I think that particular one kind of got like title tag spammed or something. Because it was getting relinked to a lot of blogs for a while. And so I was getting a lot of random traffic to it. And I think some of it might have been auto-generated. I don't know, but it felt like that. But I still get comments on it. And so that's why I had to change the title to It Was a Dud, because I still have people asking me in there. I mean, I'm sure you'll see on there that there's a few where even a few months ago, someone asked me how it turned out. I'm like, that was years ago, but it died. It was dead. It was dud. Dead Jim. So yeah, it was just very interesting. Let's see here. But then, you get stuff like most of my Minecraft videos. 25 views, 21, 13, 22, 22, 34. Oh, there's a big one. I think that's one of my larger ones. My first episode. Well, and here's one of the problems is I really should have, when I recorded, My Tomatoes did well this year. It's all volunteers too. The first episode of Forever Stranded, first 2 episodes actually, I was having mic issues. I should have just redone the episode, redone the audio, and had a clean episode, because anyone that's coming in on the first episode of Forever Stranded, I know is getting turned off. And even though I have links from the first episode to the third episode when the audio is better, I know I'm losing people from that. But at the same time, I don't really like deleting things. So how do you get around it? And I need to do more of the Minecraft videos in general, but at the same time, I need to work around the schedules of Slayer Mice and Witchtail in order to continue on with those. Or I just, you know, I'm gonna incorporate them in some of my streams. So, I'll be doing some solo stuff in there just to progress along it, because eventually I do want to get through those series, and I can do some true solo series as well. And I'm still doing really bad at not looking at the camera. I will get that third monitor set up as well. Oh, and since we're like in the last 20 minutes of the stream, I had mentioned in my tag for the stream the exciting news. I have actually ordered. I know a few people have seen. I mentioned it too today, but I have actually ordered my standing desk today, and I've actually ordered my standing desk today, and it should be here in a few weeks. And so, yeah. Okay, so I think Gary Fan is off for the evening. He actually sent me a message. So I'll take a look. But let's see here. And oop, go back on this. But yeah, it's our Friends series on Stardew Valley. I think your voice. My voice? Yeah, I actually like Stardew Valley. I haven't played for quite a while. And I don't know if it was on this machine that I played the main amount on, but I played it a while ago. I know that they have a multiplayer mode now. And I'd love to do something like that. So, yeah. But anyway, what I was saying before I did a squirrel mode is ordered a new desk. It's a standing desk. So right now, I think I've mentioned before that this desk is about 2 feet wide by about 30 inches long, and it's like a medical cart grade thing. And it's just, I'm using a keyboard tray, or I'm using a lap desk on the desk to get it high enough that I can type. Love to hear me shout out the slimes. Oh gosh. So this will be interesting when I get the new desk, because it'll be more than double the width. And so I'm thinking I might set it up in front of the windows, like I have right now. I'm in front of my windows basically. I may set it up over on this wall, I don't know yet, but it will allow me to set up the streaming setup better, to work on different things, as well as, I think I mentioned to you earlier, Hugs, using this table for my 3D printer, which would be nice, because then that would be a more mobile situation. So I thoroughly look forward to when that comes, and that's supposed to be arriving, I think it's supposed to be arriving by December 7th. And so it's the table, it's the legs with the tabletop, as well as an under table mounted CPU or computer mount kit, basically. Oof. So yeah, wow, I'm actually almost at the full time here. That's really good. What's that? Okay. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I'll get it set up in a few days. I do a little bit every day, basically. Every day I try to do something a little more than I did the day before, basically. Something a little better, a little new. I mean, beginning of this year, I got my new tower because my old one died. A few months later, I got the Yeti microphone by Blue. I'll bring it down here. There we go. So I got that. I got this microphone earlier this year, and I just keep adding little by little to my setup. And so one thing that I'm really looking forward to when I get this desk is I will actually have room to set up an external audio mixer next to it. Just a small one, the USB powered one probably. So like when I'm working on audio levels, right now I'm using Voicemeeter Banana. And it's not easy to go and adjust it while I'm doing other stuff. And so I will be able to have all of my audio go through. Oh geez. Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm good. But I will be able to adjust audio volumes, like for the music that's playing in the background. For what, if someone comes into Discord and joins in the channel through a Discord chat, I'll be able to modify all of that, and especially for recording, that will make a world of difference. Discord and OBS. I have words for those two trying to interact together. And that's why I have Voicemeeter Bananas, because of those two together. This will allow me to send Discord directly through a physical mixer, which then will allow me to modify the volumes and balance the volumes before it hits the computer. And that will, being able to balance that beforehand will save post-production editing a ton of time. And they're not that bad for price either. I mean, I think I spent more on the desk than I did for that, but I need somewhere to put it, be able to utilize it. So that's kind of what's coming down the stream with that. Just a lot of fun stuff. And now we have something that we can actually utilize to have activities. Today's been kind of programming and story time combined, but we have a fun thing to work on. And you guys can play with it as well. I'll just kind of leave it up and around so people can play with it. And then I'll have a secondary one somewhere that I can... not a single donation goal, as it were. I mean, obviously, the stuff I get through donations, or... Yeah, I mean, stuff I generally, when I get stuff on donations, I put it towards making the stream better. I mean, I definitely put plenty of my own money into making the stream better, because it's, you know, I enjoy working on it. I enjoy making the stream better. But, you know, if I get donations, I generally put towards upgrading gear and or web hosting. For instance, Nova RPG, the web game that I'm working on, it has basically a donation style thing. It has premium currency in it. You don't have to buy it. You can find it in the game. It's not as available, but it is available, because this was back when the free-to-play, pay-to-win type of gameplay started really popping in. This was towards, you know, this was back in 2008, so it gives you an idea. But it, I didn't want the only way to get the premium currency on it was to buy it. So like when you do the city search function in the game, you have a very small chance to find more of the premium currency. Stuff like that. But even that, you know, I just updated this host again today. I brought it off of a monthly plan to, I purchased a 2-year plan for this host today, where I'm actually, you know, this script is actually on, and my web game is on, and a few other things. And So, you know, some of the donation stuff, because I do so much out of pocket, goes back to my pocket as kind of a retroactive working towards this stuff, because I'm gonna make this better either way. But sometimes there will be, you know, I know that I'm gonna need to get a new mouse soon, because this one, you know, it works, but I want to try one that has more buttons on it, but still be a silent click, and I know those are a little more spendy. Or get a good keyboard that's more than just a little chiclet keyboard. I mean, I'm using the little Logitech chiclet keyboard right now, and that it works. It works well. I don't do, you know, I don't do stuff like multiplayer ratings, so I don't need that like half a millisecond response or whatever that, you know, the that a lot of the bigger gamers need. I do what works for me. So, but that's, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with the donation or tips. I think, you know, it should even be working. And it's, yeah, I do have it up. I know it's up on Twitch, and it links to my Streamlabs stuff. So I know it is available. But at the time, I don't really have a per episode goal. I think the more likely what would happen is the goal would be in relation to me bettering the content that I provide, whether that's through gear or through content. I may use a donation goal to go towards learning software better, doing like an online course to make it better, to then provide better content for all of you. So that's kind of how I see that. And we are just about there, aren't we? Yeah, we are just about there. Very nice. I have done almost 2 hours today. I didn't do that last week, but I'm there this week. That feels really good. And it, you know, I'm a little, this one strap is a little annoying, but I've, you know, it's doing this every day is kind of breaking in the strap as well. So it's making it so it's more feasible. But yeah. So anyway, I think I will probably work on signing off for now. And I will be back on probably tomorrow, about the same time. So everyone have a wonderful evening, and be sure to hit the like button or subscribe, or yeah, that thing. And yeah, I will catch everyone tomorrow, and we'll see what trouble we can get ourselves into. And I might clean this up a little more tonight. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.